Hello Aquarius, welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, if you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoy the reading. It's a general reading for your sign. I've already shuffled and laid out the cards. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe, as that does help to move the videos around YouTube. So, okay, so we've got the 5th house, the 9th house, and the 12th house. I'm going to start with the 5th house. So 5th house deals with a variety of areas, and they all may be coming up here depending on how this is going to affect you. This could be profession related. Now this could be to do with, what it's saying is with Neptune, this is a very inspirational and imaginative card. It also governs the glamour. It governs, you know, sort of fashion, beauty, music industry, film industry, entertainment of that nature. It's also to do with any artistic activity or creative activity, connecting to the imagination and so on. It's all governed by Neptune. It's a very inspirational sort of aspect to be having. So it could very well be coming in for the 5th house, because the 5th house covers the sort of creative and performance sort of industry or entertainment industry. It covers all of that. It can also be related to you know, events or occasions which is like a party, or where there's lots of people, or it could be related to activities which are related to that, so events or something associated with that. So Neptune is kind of wrapped up in that. It could be either a profession, it could be something that you're getting involved in, but with Neptune, as I said, this is empowering you in some way. But it is also very much about the connection to the divine. So it's downloading all this information, or downloading and accessing your talents and abilities, or making those flourish in some way. So Neptune has got that beautiful, imaginative, inspirational connection, and it's coming in the 5th house. So now, having said that, you've got at the top, you've got Mart, fairness. So Mart is an indication of some sort of negotiation or mediation or judgment. Now, this may be a legal situation, but it could also be about you working on a contract, or mediating or negotiating something. Now, it's saying that with fairness, the situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So it's saying that, you know, the best way to handle this energy is to put your case forward, or do everything you can, look at all the details. You know, with Neptune, sometimes you can miss things. You can also be under an illusion or a fantasy. So that's the other side of Neptune. So just make sure that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Put your case forward, and then release and detach, and let the universe and Mart deal with the circumstances. Because if you attach to a specific outcome, it may block the flow here. And there may be many other aspects which you can't see of this negotiation or this mediation. So there may be parts of it that you're not aware of, or that you can't see. And, you know, the universe and Mart have that vision. So it's best to just hand it over and let the, you know, the course work itself out in the best way for everybody, for all concerned. So it may be coming in from that point of view, but certainly make sure that you have you got, you know, your details are correct, because as I said, Neptune can sometimes make you a bit dreamy, and there could be some, in some cases there can be sleight of hand with Neptune around. So that's why I say be careful of the details. And with Mart and fairness, there is some sort of legal issue or negotiation or mediation involved here. So there may be something that you are looking at. You could be working a hunch at this time, or you could be following your gut instincts, but just make sure that you are grounded with Neptune. You need to keep your feet on the ground. It's also about boundaries. There may be some boundaries required here as part of this negotiation. Neptune can sometimes, as I said, fall prey to an illusion or a fantasy and lose track and get distracted or confused. All right. So make sure that you're grounded, your feet are on the ground, and that all of those details are being handled. The other aspect of it, it could also be that there's something is coming in for you in this 5th house, and it's to do with the creativity or the arts, or something to do with that, or performance, something related to that. you just that there's going to be a negotiation or some sort of judgment down the line associated with that. It could also be children related, because the 5th house deals with children. So this may be your children, it may be associated with them. There could be something to do with some sort of, as I said, some sort of fantasy or illusion around that. And there's going to be some kind of decision that's got to be made associated with that. So fairness is coming in. The scales are coming in, the scales of justice. However, as I said, just make sure that you are not attached to a specific outcome, because you cannot see all the everything on the playing field. Let the universe step in to deal with this, get out of your way, but put your case forward, as I said, and make sure your details are correct, It could also be to do with the health around your children. Now, this could be to do with toxicity or allergens or allergies, or it could also be, in some cases, it can be dependency on something. So this could be medication, or it could be a substance, whether this is applying to you or to your children, or it's connected, however the situation. And with the 5th house, normally it can be associated with children specifically, and the birthing process, or the conception process. All of this can come in. So make sure that your feet are on the ground, and that your boundaries are clear, because there is going to be some sort of decision or negotiation here, and you want the very best outcome. All right. So be careful. There is some responsibility involved here. All right. So as I said, with Neptune, do make sure that you're not getting distracted or confused or falling prey to some sort of illusion. Keep your feet on the ground, get your facts, and bear in mind that you have responsibility in this issue. It could also be related to a love affair. If that is the case, it could be that this person that's coming in may be very special. They may be very unique, or very you may be very deeply bonded to them in some way. So it's going to be like a spiritual bond as well. This does bring in connections from past lives. It can do that. So it could be associated with that. But I do feel that with the fairness card, I feel that either there could be a negotiation or some sort of mediation or some sort of judgment required here, but it could also be that this person will treat you fairly. So there could be something to do with that, but it's a love affair related. This is the prelude to a proper relationship. So that may be coming in as well, but just make sure, as I said again, that you keep your feet on the ground. All right. It could also be related to some sort of risk that needs to be taken here, but again, the facts may be obscured. There could be a little bit of illusion, or there could be something under the surface which is not being seen. Again, be careful with the fairness. Get your facts clear. Make sure your boundaries are clear, but allow, that there is some sort of form of surrender required here. There is some I feel that you'll be able to go so far and no further, because it's in the hands of the universe and the justice system, or something to do with that. There's some aspect where you will just have to do all that you can and then hand it over to God. Okay, hand it over and let it unfold as it's supposed to. All right. Now we have also got here the 9th house. So the 9th house is to do with the seeking of truth in whatever way that may be. And this can be literally physically searching for that, or it could be to do with, studying and learning. So this is higher education, which it can also be adult education. It can also be in the form of like journalism, to do with publishing or writing. Anything to do with writing or publishing also falls under the 9th house. But it's higher learning. It's also interaction with the world. So it's you meeting the world in some way. So this, as I said, with journalism, or it could be the seeking of a spiritual quest or a spiritual journey of some sort. That can also come in under the 9th house. But it's also aspirations, something to do with that, seeking. Now, this could be an adventure or an exploration, a physical adventure or physical travel. Normally, 9th house is associated with long distance or international travel. But it can also be to do with a religious thing, like a pilgrimage or some sort of journey associated with that. Gurus and belief systems, religions and philosophies all come in under the 9th house. But it's also the workings of your intuition and understanding that at a deeper level. It can also be to do with possibly business related, so foreign import export, or meeting the world, as I said, and perhaps interacting with others from other parts of the world. So this could be online, it could be business related, or you've got an online business, something to do with that. It could very well be attached to that as well. Sometimes in-laws, come into the 9th house as well. But certainly with it's got this kind of aspect to do with the law as well. So this could be either the legalities, you're either learning more about it, or you're involved in that, or you could be learning about that. So it's the law and the higher courts also coming under the 9th house. Now we have got at the bottom void of course moon missing, and then at the top we've got green Taurus, start delegating. So with the void of course moon, there's two ways that this can go in this house. It feels to me like there's a delay, or there's going to be some kind of hold up to do here in whatever way I've mentioned earlier. So it could be that you've either wanting to do something and there's a pause period, there's a pause in the action, but it's a necessary pause. It has to happen for other reasons. It could be that you want to go away or do something, but you cannot at this time. So then get busy with other things in the meantime. It could also be that something that you're worrying about in this 9th house, something that you're stressed about, or something you're creating something in your mind, and it may not come to pass. It probably won't come to pass, okay? Because with the void of course moon, things are not what they seem. The moon goes through a sort of a shadow phase when it's between signs. It goes quiet, it goes to sleep. And so therefore you will not get the information, or you will not get the result that you require while that is happening. It's not normally for a long time, but you've got to wait for the energies to shift. So it's not a good time to be initiating or pushing forward on something you really want to happen. It could also be associated with like getting a result from something. And you may get the wrong result or no result, okay? So it's a time to pull back, and just continue with your normal activities, but don't push forward on something that you really want, or something that you're really hoping to manifest. Just it's a time for sort of rest and recovery if that's what you need, but it's also a time of like dreaming and planning. It's a very good time for meditation when the void of course moon is in, because it forces you to go inward. So you continue with your normal activities. Don't initiate or put your energies into things that you really want to work, and just step back and stay as you are, and do some sort of inward looking and planning and dreaming while this is in play. Because the things will turn and then you can move forward. It could also be that there may have been a missed opportunity somewhere. You may feel like something has happened and it's passed you by, or something has occurred and you want to fix it, but you can't at the moment because the timing's not right. So wait until things have shifted. Go through the reorganizing or planning and dreaming kind of an area in your mind, and prepare. So that when the energy does shift, then you can move forward, and then you will be able to initiate or fix or change or create whatever it is that you wanted to in this 9th house. But it's saying that there's a pause, or some sort of there's like a delay, or something has kind of just sitting there at the moment. With green Taurus, start delegating. Ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything by yourself. So it could also be that you need to rest and recover at this time before you push forward on something. So start delegating. It could also be that something that you've tried to do or wanted to do has been put on hold, and you just need to get, sort of redistribute what is being done at this time around you, your normal activities, but start delegating, because what this will do is it will spread the load, and it will also give you time. You need to plan time in for yourself so that you can do this inward looking, this resting and recovering or dreaming or planning or whatever the case may be, because that's a very important, it's vital, because then you make the right decisions, and also you can plan better. All right, if you've given yourself time in order to do that. But if you're under pressure constantly from others, and this is where the boundaries comes in, if you haven't got boundaries in place and you're not allocating time to be on your own, to make your own decisions or to make your own plans, then you kind of go off at a tangent, and then you can't fix it because now it's already playing out. So make sure you're planning time in. Get a service in to assist you if you're overwhelmed with things, or ask others to assist you at this time. It could be within your household or within your children environment. You need to kind of rearrange things to give yourself some breathing space. That is what is it saying. But it could also be that you're preparing to do something and there's some delegation that is required in the meantime. But a plan needs to be made here. And then when things are ready, then you will be able to move forward in this 9th house, however that is going to unfold for you. You could be preparing for a trip, but it's been put on hold for now. Okay, so just take that as it resonates. Then we've got the 12th house coming in. 12th house is everything to do with the unconscious. There's Pandora's box there. So it's basically what goes on behind the scenes of you. Now, our unconscious rules about 90% of our lives, okay? So this is what goes on underneath. So this will be like your driving behavior. It can also be your motivations, your intentions, and also it can be to do with family programming, things that sit under the surface which drive your behavior, or which it's like a belief as well. It could be a belief or an attitude or a way of living and perceiving things. All of that comes into the 12th house. It also covers healing. So this can be about healing. You may be in the healing profession. Whether this is, alternative or medicinal. A lot of healers have 12th house, as I said, whichever arena you are in. So it could be to do with that. It could also be to do with your spiritual beliefs and everything associated with that, meditation, going on like retreats and withdrawal and seclusion and so on, which may be associated with this void of course moon, to do with meditation or going within. That these two could be related in some way. It is also to do with the karmic things come into the 12th house. So this can be karmic contracts that you have with others, or in a specific situation. It could be group karma, or it could be with a person, or it could be to do with a situation in your life which you need to work through, or karma comes into the 12th house. It also deals with spiritual aspects of karma, so things that you need to settle and sort out. It can also be to do with service industry. So this is normally, as I say, associated with healing or medicinal things, but it can also be just service to others in some form. Not all of us are in the limelight or in the spotlight with the 12th house. Some people work very quietly on their own and nobody knows what they do. And this could be spiritual, working through different things, transmuting for others, however it plays out for you. But the 12th house can be about service in all forms, but it's service to others, okay? That may also be coming in, depending on where you are in your life and what is occurring. It can also cover visiting institutions of various types. Now, this could be hospitals, it could be even prisons, it can be educational institutions, it can be libraries, it could even be something like government. Okay, so there could be something coming in to do with that. Now, you have got the Capricorn card at the bottom, and then you've got Sekhmet, be strong at the top. So I feel that this may be government related, because Capricorn can be about that. Or it could be a system or a structure that you're involved in with the 12th house. This may be a healing structure, medicinal, so, like hospitals and things like that, or it could be some other healing profession. So you may be part of a system. Or a corporate structure as well. It can also be to do with, some sort of strategy or structure in place, some sort of foundation. Whether you are involved in that and something is changing to do with that, or you need to create that for yourself. So you may be a healer and you want to create something at this time. And the Capricorn energy is about strategy. It's about planning. It's about goals. And it's about creating a path, a foundation. It's quite a slow-moving energy, all right? So this is not fast, all right? So it could be to do with that. It could be to do with creating a business or some sort of structure. But it could also be to do with connecting with others at this time who are going to be beneficial in some way, shape, or form. This is also rising up the corporate ladder. That is the Capricorn energy. Now, we have got Sekhmet, be strong here. So you are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. So I feel this may very well be related to, you've got the part of fortune coming in here. Part of fortune is is your pot of gold in your chart. It's often an area of your chart which you're not utilizing, or you haven't utilized correctly, or you haven't had the time or the wherewithal in your life to deal with it. Sometimes when you reach an age of maturity and your children have grown up, or whatever the situation may be, now you turn to what it is you want to do with your life. It could be related to that, but there's some aspect of your life which is now rising up. Now this can be a talent or an ability. Often it's a karmic trigger, and this is the house of karma. So there could be a karmic trigger. This could be a visit to an institution, or it could be involved with healing, or some event or something that occurs, and it could be healing within yourself as well. And that starts you on a path. But with the part of fortune, it's the rising up of talents and abilities. Something gets stirred into action and it rises up. Now you can use that to help yourself or to help others. Remember, this is the service house. It's also the house of healing or spiritual things. So you could be disseminating knowledge, which is why you have the 9th house as well. There could be something that you're trying to send out to the world. This could be via publishing or healing work, or however it's spiritual work, or it could be to do with physical hands-on related things. But it's some sort of talent or ability or something rising up in you which actually can be very beneficial for you. It can bring in a lot of happiness and fulfillment. It could be seen as a gift. It could also be something that you turn into a career for yourself, or a way of helping others. And this is where the career Capricorn comes in, because this is very much career related, goal related, building a foundation, a business. And these two may be connected here. So it's saying that you can create something out of what it is that is occurring here. And if it's a rising up of a talent or an ability, then you can create something. You can monetize it, or you can make a business out of it. It's kind of got that feeling about it. It could also be that with the part of fortune, it could also be that lady luck or some fortunate circumstance is coming into your life in some way, shape or form. It may be coming in here, anywhere, one of these areas, but it's saying that you're going to be it's like a reward or a gift or a karmic sort of outcome. And it could also be to do with somebody coming in to support you at a specific time, or something comes in to support you, or a gift lands in your lap. It could also be that you're in the spotlight in some way, and you can harness that. This is what the Capricorn energy is about. You've got to harness this energy, or harness whatever it is that's coming up for you at this time. You've been gifted with an opportunity or support or a reward, some sort of gift, or it could be the stirring of something rising up in you, and you can harness that in some way, shape or form. That is what the part of fortune is about. Now, I do feel that it's also connected to this. Freya, be bold, all right? Bold. Unleash your adventurous side, take risks and be daring. So whether this is to do with the 9th house, once this shadow period has passed and then you get the go-ahead to move forward, something that you need to be bold about. It could be travel related with the 9th house, but it could also be about putting yourself out there, meeting the world in some way, whether it's online, through publishing, or whether it's service to others or healing. Or it could just be harnessing this talent and ability, and it may be something that you're a little bit shy about, and this is why Freya is here. So this is unleash your adventurous side. 9th house is about adventurous, risk-taking. 5th and the 9th house both cover that. So take risks and be daring, but I feel it could be that it's something you're shy about, or something that you're not sure if you can handle, and with the part of fortune you may be in the spotlight. So, but you need to harness it. That's what the Capricorn energy is all about, okay? Something you need to harness, but there is some responsibility involved here. Okay, with Capricorn, that is very much the sign. Responsibility. So be responsible with your energy and responsible with what you're doing here. And again, this is why I think you have the Sekhmet, be strong. So whatever is occurring for you, courage is required. Okay, so courage, and also to do with having a very strong, victorious vision in your mind. I will succeed. I will overcome. Because the 12th house can also be about your own personal healing. It can also be about leaving addictions behind, or sort of attachments to things. Like I said, unconscious behavior. You may be overcoming that at this time. But whatever you're doing in this 12th house, you need a plan. You need a strategy and you need a plan. And that is why you've got Capricorn here. Have a plan, have a strategy, and this is also why you've got the void of course moon. This is about dreaming and planning. So you're going to be going through a period where you're going to get time to do that. So make sure you make use of that time, which is why you have the Capricorn. Dig deep. 12th house is dig deep. Use your intuition. All right, and have courage and have a victorious mindset. Have a victorious vision of what it is that you're trying to achieve here, whether you're overcoming something or you're working towards something or you're harnessing something. And be proud, be strong and have that victorious mindset, and do not be swayed, which is what the Neptune energy can sometimes do. Don't be distracted or pulled away by self-undoing or you're not good enough, or a poverty consciousness or a lack consciousness. This is having a very strong mindset and going for it, being determined, having the courage and being determined and sitting very proudly and strong, and not allowing distractions or other people's complications or other people's demands on your time and energy to pull you away from that. And this is another reason why you have to start delegating, because you don't want to be so pulled under that you've got no boundaries and no time, and then you start getting resentful and tired. Okay, put your boundaries in, delegate tasks that you don't need to do, get services in if you need to get people in to help you, but be strong and be responsible with your energy and your time. Okay, and if you are harnessing a talent, you charge for your skills. All right, however you want to do that, but set up a business plan, have a strategy, and use what's coming to you at this time for your greater good. Bottom of the Fairy Tarot is the Sun. Beautiful card, very, very positive card. There's nothing negative about this. This is about, as I said, have a plan. So this is the formulation of the plans. Don't get distracted. No self-undoing here. And then get your strategy and your plan together. And then the Sun says, plans that work out perfectly, amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendations, gratitude for the blessings of life. So I feel you will be in the spotlight as a result of this planning and dreaming and formulating. Okay, plans that work out perfectly. This is the formulation. You're planning and formulating here, and amazing ideas that can come from Neptune. It could also come as a part of fortune, as a gift, as some sort of download. It could also be gratitude for the blessings of life, and this also comes with 12th house. Be grateful for what you are receiving at this time, and your guidance, and how you're being led here. Okay, and the Sun is very positive energy. It's positive karma, which is 12th house is about karma. It's just things going well and things unfolding exactly as they're supposed to, and how you worked hard to get there. Okay, and blessings coming to you. We also have finally 3 of summer, news worth celebrating, announcements such as weddings, graduations, or births, friends you cherish. Now the 5th house, as I said, does deal with births, so that may be relevant for you. But I feel it's some sort of celebration as a result of things here, either overcoming something or a birth, or getting your stuff together, getting yourself together in some way, and then sharing it with others, or just celebrating with others good news or a good outcome to something that you've been working on, or something that you want to do. You may also be wanting to travel to celebrate with others. It could be that. You could be traveling or wanting to travel to go somewhere to celebrate or do something, but there's just a little bit of a preparation phase which you've got to go through first. Okay, thank you for joining me. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Take care.